Welcome back to another episode of Learning Vocabulary to Improve Your English. So, learning vocabulary is not an isolated exercise. Firstly, we learn vocabulary by listening and hearing it being used in a context of a sentence or a passage. Then we learn the meaning of the word. In learning the meaning of the word, we have to also learn to pronounce it and say it correctly. This is the method that we will use in learning new words and new vocabulary. First, to listen and hear the words being used in context. And if the context is a unified situation, then you will learn the words better. So, in this episode, we will learn words that are related to describing your family. And they will be words that are useful for you to use when you are answering questions or speaking about your family. So these words are very useful and you can definitely use it in the situation when you're describing your family. So I want you to listen to my reading of the passage without looking at the text, just hearing the words first. Don't worry if you do not understand the whole passage or the words within the passage. Just feel how the words are being used. Here we go. My family is incredibly nurturing, always making sure that everyone feels cared for and supported. We are deeply bonded, sharing not just blood ties but also countless memories that strengthen our connection. No matter what challenges come our way, we remained resilient, facing difficulties together and emerging stronger each time. My parents are both supportive and affectionate, always encouraging us to pursue our dreams while showing their love in the smallest of gestures. My older brother, on the other hand, is quite protective, always looking out for me and ensuring I stay safe. Generosity runs in our family, and my uncle is especially generous with his time and resources, always willing to help. Despite our occasional disagreements, our home remains harmonious as we value respect and understanding. Being tradition-oriented, we make sure to celebrate every festival together, passing down rituals that have been in our family for generations. Above all, we are dependable, always there for each other, no matter what. This is what makes my family special. A mix of love, strength, and unwavering support. Okay, now I will give you the text, and the text will highlight the words that we are focusing on, which will later explain in more details and also give you other contexts in which they can be used. I will read it a little bit faster now. Okay. And I'll use a different tone. My family is incredibly nurturing, always making sure that everyone feels cared for and supported. We are deeply bonded, sharing not just blood ties but also countless memories that strengthen our connection. No matter what challenges come our way, we remain resilient, facing difficulties together and emerging stronger each time. My parents are both supportive and affectionate, always encouraging us to pursue our dreams while showing their love in the smallest of gestures. My older brother, on the other hand, is quite protective, always looking out for me and ensuring I stay safe. Generosity runs in our family, and my uncle is especially generous with his time and resources, always willing to help. Despite our occasional disagreements, our home remains harmonious as we value respect and understanding. Being tradition-oriented, we make sure to celebrate every festival together, passing down rituals that have been in our family for generations. Above all, we are dependable, always there for each other no matter what. This is what makes my family special, a mixture of love, strength, and unwavering support. So now let's go through the words individually. So the first sentence, refer to the passage. The first word is in the first sentence. My family is incredibly nurturing, always making sure that everyone feels cared for and supported. The meaning of this word is within the sentence. So nurturing means making sure that everyone feels cared for and supported. So when you're using a word, do not use the word in an isolated manner and bring the meaning out. Bring the meaning of the word out within the sentence that you are using. So, nurturing means providing care and support to help someone grow and develop. Another context. My mother has always been nurturing, ensuring we feel loved and supported. My mother has always been nurturing, ensuring that we felt loved and supported. Number 2, a nurturing environment is crucial for a child's emotional development. A nurturing environment is crucial for a child's emotional development. So nurturing is a word that can be used in the context of family, but it has also other usages which are not in this episode. I'll just give you an example. He nurtures his plants carefully. He waters them each day and makes sure they get sufficient fertilizer. So here the nurturing is nurturing plants, is to support the plants, care for the plants, making sure that it is well nourished with water, with nutrients, so that it will grow and develop. The next word is bonded. So in the passage it reads, we feel deeply bonded, sharing not just blood ties but also countless memories that strengthen our connection. So again, in this sentence, the word bonded is also explained roughly. So bonded means sharing and strong connection. So sharing not just blood ties, we are bonded because of our blood ties. We are also bonded by our common memories, memories of shared experience. And we are bonded because our connection. Bonding means connection. You can get to understand a new word, a new vocabulary word, if it's used properly, because the sentence will give you a feel of the meaning of that word. So 2 other examples now. Oh, before that, the word bonded, that means connected by a close relationship or shared experience, like memories. Number 1, despite our differences, my siblings and I are deeply bonded. So this is explaining the opposite. So despite differences, despite this, we are still very bonded. So we have our arguments, we have our dislikes and other things, but we are still connected very deeply. Number 2, the team became bonded after going through intense training together. So the team is like a football team, like a swimming team. So there are a group of people. So they became bonded, they became closer with one another after going through intense training. So by going through intense training, they are sharing the same experience, and they are and they are facing challenges together. So they become bonded together. The third word that we are looking at today is resilient. The sentence that contains the word is, no matter what challenges come our way, we remain resilient, facing difficulties together and emerging stronger each time. So you can guess from the use of this word within the sentence that resilience is related to challenges, related to the way we face difficulties, face challenges, and how after we face these challenges, we emerge stronger. So that's what resilient means. It means we are able to face challenges, no matter what challenges, and we emerge stronger. So we are resilient people. So 2 other examples. The meaning first, resilient, able to recover quickly from difficulties or challenges. Number 1, my father's resilient attitude helped our family through hard times. Number 2, the city was resilient in rebuilding after the disaster. So the city was damaged because of earthquake, because of floods, but they rebuilt quickly. So they were resilient. They were able to recover from the problems, difficulties, and challenges that resulted from the disaster. The fourth word that we have is supportive. So it's used together with supportive and affectionate. So here we go. My parents are both supportive and affectionate, always encouraging us to pursue our dreams while showing their love in the smallest of gestures, in the smallest of ways. So supportive, although it doesn't exactly so in this way, supportive, you can tell that it is like encouraging. My parents are supportive because they encourage us. Okay, so affectionate is the next word, which is in the same sentence, showing their love. So in this sentence, they are also explained in an indirect way. My brother is supportive. He always helps me with my homework. My brother is affectionate. My brother is affectionate. He always shows that he cares in small ways. Meaning, supportive, offering encouragement and help when needed. Example number 1. My grandmother is always supportive of my dreams and ambitions. Supportive, encouraging. I want to be a spaceman. Being a spaceman is not something usual, but yes, they are supportive. They encourage. They do not reject. A supportive work environment makes a big difference in employee happiness. So the environment which you're working in, if it's supportive, which is offering encouragement, which is helpful, which is nurturing, that makes happy workers. Because everyone helps each other, everyone is an encouragement to each other, and they don't criticize one another, they don't put one another down. Affectionate, showing love and warmth through words or actions. Example number 1. My sister is very affectionate and loves giving hugs. So giving hugs in a warm way is being affectionate. Kissing your child good night is being affectionate to him. Second example, the couple exchanged affectionate glances throughout the evening. So here is affectionate glances. You can say affectionate kisses, affectionate hugs, affectionate touches, affectionate words. So his words were very loving. His touch was very gentle and affectionate. So the next word, the sixth word that we are going through is protective, which means wanting to keep someone safe from harm and trouble. So in the passage we read, it talks about this. My older brother, on the other hand, is quite protective, always looking out for me and ensuring I stay safe. Protective comes from the word protect. So my brother protects me, looks out for me, look after me, ensures that I'm always safe. So other examples, number 1, this is a different situation of being protective, of how someone may be protective. My older brother is very protective of me whenever we go out. So it's telling us when he's protective. In the passage, it's telling us how he's protective. He's protective by ensuring that I am safe. Here it is. When is he protective? When does he show that he's protective? How does he show that he's protective? He's protective whenever we go out. I'm sure he's protective at other times too, but this is a special time that he shows his protectiveness. Okay, the next sentence is talking about the animal kingdom, the bird kingdom. The mother bird became protective of her nest when a predator approached. A predator is like man, so the mother bird became protective of a nest when I approached it. So when I go close to the nest, she becomes protective. How does she become protective? She can make lots of noise to try and frighten me or any predators. So she will start chipping away loudly and fiercely to protect her nest. So generosity runs in our family, and my uncle is especially generous with his time and resources, always willing to help. So generous here means willing to help, willing to give up his time, willing to share his resources. So the meaning is embodied in the sentence as well. So it's a good sentence when it does that. It's not a good sentence when you just say, oh, my uncle is generous, my friend is generous. Why is he generous? How is he generous? In what way is he generous? You usually have to explain that to give the word a better and stronger impact. So let's see the meaning of the word. Okay, generous, willing to give or share, especially in a selfless way. That means to give up. You go out of your way to share, to give. Selfless, not selfish. Example number 1 relates to the passage. My uncle is generous with what? My uncle is generous with his time and always helps us when we need him. Number 2, the restaurant owner was generous, offering free meals to the homeless. He's generous. How? By offering free meals to the homeless. He doesn't have to do it, but he's willing to share in a selfless way. It's not for himself, it's for the others. Next word is harmonious. Comes from the word harmony. Despite our occasional disagreements, our home remains harmonious as we value respect and understanding. So in this sentence, the word harmonious is contrasted with what is not harmonious. Disagreements is not harmonious. You can understand the word harmonious from its opposite meaning. So the opposite meaning is disagreements. So if you disagree a lot, you are certainly not harmonious. But despite the occasional disagreements, so even if you disagree, we are still harmonious because we respect each other, we understand each other. So that's what harmonious means. Okay, the meaning from the dictionary is harmonious, having a peaceful and cooperative relationship. Example 1. Our home is a harmonious place where everyone respects each other. So harmonious describes the place is a harmonious workplace, harmonious office, harmonious family. How is it harmonious? Why is it harmonious? Because everyone respects each other. Everyone cares for each other. Example number 2. The choir delivered a harmonious performance, blending their voices perfectly. Harmonious comes from the word harmony. So when it's harmonious, it is peaceful, it is together. Everything fits together. There is no disagreement, no discordance. The next sentence in the passage uses the word tradition-oriented. It's a double-barrel word, tradition and oriented. We'll talk about double-barreled words in another episode. Being tradition-oriented, we make sure to celebrate every festival together, passing down rituals that have been in our family for generations. So reading this sentence, you can probably guess the meaning of tradition-oriented. We value our tradition, we lean towards tradition, so it means that we celebrate festivals together, we perform rituals together, traditions that have been in the family for generations. So we still keep those traditions, we still practice those traditions. We are tradition-oriented, that performs rituals and festivals from old are tradition-oriented. So we say this is a tradition-oriented family. So being tradition-oriented, the family makes sure to celebrate every festival, rituals that have been in their family for generations. So the official definition: tradition-oriented, valuing customs and practices passed down through generations. Example number 1. My family is very tradition-oriented and we celebrate every festival together. So not just family. In example number 2, we see that some companies remain tradition-oriented even as technology advances. So many churches, for example, are tradition-oriented. So they keep performing rituals and doing things that they have done for hundreds of years. The last, but not least, is the word dependable. So the sentence in the passage reads, above all, we are dependable, always there for each other, no matter what. So the explanation of the meaning of the word dependable is also within the sentence. Because if you just say we are dependable, it doesn't mean anything. It could mean can mean responsible. It can, if we are dependable, you can say we are fat, we are thin. That's all. Doesn't mean anything too much. But if you add some explanation to why, how you are dependable, like here, always there for each other, no matter what. So the meaning is there. Dependable means being there in any situation, no matter what. So the definition here is, dependable is reliable and trustworthy, someone you can count on. So when you're dependable, you're reliable, you're always there, you're available, and you can be trusted. My father is the most dependable person I know. He always keeps his promises. That means you can trust him. When he says something, he does something. He's reliable, he's trustworthy. He always does what he says. Then you can use the word for in other situations, like a car or a computer. A dependable car, a dependable phone doesn't break down. A dependable car is essential for long trips, long road trips. You don't want the car to break down in the middle of your trip. So it has to be reliable. You have to have confidence in it, to trust on it, you count on it. For example, you need a dependable calculator when you're sitting for your maths exam. You want your calculator to be dependable, to not break down. So that's dependable. So there we are. So these are the 10 words, and you can use them in various situations, but in this episode we're talking about family, and family is one of the common topics that can be asked in your IELTS exam or any other situation. So it's good to learn these words in a manner that you can use it appropriately to enhance your speaking skills, to enhance the quality of your presentation when answering your questions about your family in the exam or any other conversation. So I will continue to make videos about new words. The method that I use you're familiar with. I will use the words in a context of a situation. Usually all the words are within one passage, and then I will also give you further examples of the word usage in different situations, so that you not only know the definition, but you have a good feel, a good grasp, a good understanding of the word and how to use it. That's the most important about learning words and learning a language. Subscribe if you want to be notified about my next episodes or other episodes on English learning. If you like this video, I'll appreciate a thumbs up. If you have learned something, please let me know. If you have any questions, please ask in the comment section. I will answer it.